I think I can do this at the same time. I forgot I can't play music in my ears. God dang it. And then we like that. Is this camera quality trash because of this? Or is it just because it's a live stream? Now it's frozen. Device default. Oh, tiny. I don't know if that does anything. No, it doesn't. Alright. Grab this. I gotta figure out how to... turn this off. You can't hear anything? How? You should be able to. I tested it last night. I have audio. I have audio. I have audio. That's probably why I didn't turn it up. What up, Connor? Alright, cool. We should be in business. Alright. I gotta figure out this the next day, but we'll be alright. Are you sharing your screen? Nah. I will now, though. You should be able to see it. No? Yeah, so what we have, relevant swing. We got 2 minutes open. So first relevant swing, use it as support last night. How do we know we use it as support? Well, if I'm trading overnight session, I like to use a 30-minute. And this is literally the perfect 30-minute setup, right? The new 4-hour candle opened previously, not too long ago, so price has plenty of time to expand. And we take out the first relevant swing. Jesus, that's loud. Yeah, thanks Juan for the sub. I gotta turn that down. Jesus, that just scared the absolute hell out of me. And I don't even think I know how to turn that off or turn it down. Whatever. Um, this is what I was trying to show you guys last night. We can delete this real quick, but that actually we can't because we need to see where the liquidity pool is. So we took the liquidity pool, and now we have our new point of invalidation, right? We don't want to see deep retracements. We have a 30-minute fair value gap. That's exactly what you need, and the time frame you need, 30-minute or above. and then you guys can see we have a change in the state of delivery after taking the high. So now we have a new invalidation point, and this is actually a beautiful long that you can be able to take for a nice 2R. You can get filled right there on the close. Stop loss would be the wick for me. So you can see it's only 18.5 points, and then 2R would be right here. And of course you could hold for the other 4-hour swing, but in this case you would actually want to be longing ES. It is the stronger asset. You guys can see here's the first 4-hour swing. Same thing. This gets taken. Price actually is way above this. Same thing. 30-minute FEG, 30-minute for 30-minute CSD, and then price goes higher. So what I took last night that was wrong, not necessarily wrong, but I was entering before time was right with price. So that's the only thing that I did wrong. I entered before the new 4-hour candle. I entered off this CSD, but there was not enough time left for price to expand, so I got stopped out, and then literally price runs to my TP, but it happens, right? It is what it is. So that was literally just the idea of my trade last night. Nothing fancy, literally just a continuation entry, and I knew ES was stronger, so I'm looking for that to offer support as well, and ended up working. Just I got stopped out before. I think some of you guys said you actually just like entered off of like where my stop loss was. It's just like perfect. So I hope at least not everybody got bagged. Now we have slight SMT. So like going into the morning. This was the 4-hour high. That is before all-time high. So now we have a slight SMT also inside of the 4-hour gap. So we could either see a retracement here into one of these 4-hour gaps or an hourly PD array. And ideally, you don't want to see deep retracements, of course, if we're going to see continuation. So 930 just printed. We can look what that did on the 5-minute. So pretty indecisive so far, but 925 had a decent 5-minute candle lower. If anything, I'm expecting potentially this low to get ran out, and then maybe a potential reversal from there, but we'll see. Not sure how much price is going to continue to expand. So it's kind of like a waiting game. I didn't look at YM at all actually yet. So okay, YM is very weak actually here. Using this order block so far. I wonder if YM comes below its opening price and takes this. So a little trick for you guys, if YM's the weakest, NASDAQ's going to be the strongest. If YM is the strongest, NASDAQ's going to be the weakest. Not sure why that works or why that is, but that's how it works. Okay, let's see. This is a nice little Judah swing so far. Running out this short-term low. We technically have SMT now with all these lows with YM, so we might not have to return down there. See how this 3-minute acts. This is kind of like a textbook setup though. And now you guys can see sort of like the strength is switching from ES to now NASDAQ because we want NASDAQ to catch up to take the high. How do we know? Well, here's the 924 for value gap. 924 for value gap. See how much lower we are? And I believe there's SMT at these lows. Yeah. So if you get a signature of continuation here, either an inversion or this 3-minute CSD, then price should continue higher. And ideally just the inversion would be sufficient enough. But market did just open. We got Hims at 58. Nice. Iron's at 44. Alright. Let's see how she holds up today. Cypher's going down, 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 down. You're always looking for those V-shaped reversals. NQ dumping. look at Matt Roth. Yeah, this is literally blinding me. I don't care if my screen looks orange. I can't. Yo, what up, Ant? Good morning. Yes, heading lower. YM heading lower. Straight free falling. Yeah, so this will be taking, yeah. This was this was a nice short on the 1 minute, just playing the relative strength. You filled here. Stop loss there. TP down there. I'd be break even if I was in this, John. So let's see. Yeah, this is normally, yeah, YM just kind of dumps, or just like will expand so fast near the open when it's weak like this, or if it's strong. It's like, bro, the 1 or the 3 minute is like the ideal entry for YM. You guys can see, right? So I'm trying to just point this out to y'all. Just the relative strength differences. Order filled. Oh. Order filled. Yeah, I don't know how much expansion we're gonna get through this high, but we'll see, I guess. If we can even get through this FEG. Bro, this is distracting the living hell out of me. There. Thank the lordy. Oh. Order filled. Bevs and Qs. TT's taking more Tesla contracts. Good lord, ES. What's ES doing? Dropping buns? Sorta. YM? Yep. See, this is how you know to avoid YM. Even if it starts trying to catch up, it's just not ideal. This large opposing run, you don't want to be trading that. See the difference between the candles? How the daily's printing? So either ES is going to continue to consolidate and NASDAQ will flip this gap, or ES will continue to go lower, take this, and then we could see NASDAQ finally maybe inverse this or give this a CSD. And if it doesn't, then NASDAQ will most likely come down into one of these 4-hour gaps or so. $59.36. Where do I have this going? To 70. And 64. Where's my daily candle on this, John? There it is. It's too close though. Hey, y'all see how so this is why it's important, right? This is again why I got stopped out last night. So the high gets taken right here. We create down close order block, or we create down close candles, and then price continues. So you could hypothetically long this, but what time is this? It's a new 6-hour candle or a new 4-hour candle. You don't want to be longing here because one, there's SMT with Nasdaq, and we're inside of the 4-hour fair value gap. So SMT, 4-hour PD array, continue or potentially acting as resistance, and now the time is a factor. So this is the same reason why this failed and why mine failed last night, because time before price. And you could look at this and be like, oh yeah, 6-hour candle, open low, into the thing, go higher. Nah, you have to be careful. And you have to be realistic with like how much is a no news Monday going to expand as well after expanding all night, right? So that's why I said when swings like this get hit, or like important spaced out highs get hit, you can get new phases of price. So if we get more expansion, then I would be expecting maybe a potential premium discount array or premium discount event or this low to be our next pool for a potential reversal. You guys can see we have that V-shaped pattern and we're getting expansion met with expansion. So this is most likely going to be a reversal so far, and it has been. It's harder to trade, and you guys can see the market is completely like decoupled. But now, this is what I was talking about. So YM took our objective. That was at 18 o'clock low pretty much. So now you don't want to be continuing to look for lower prices. You want to see if price is going to offer some sort of reversal signature now after taking this low. And now you can see Nasdaq is pumping, and we want ES to start to do the same thing. So even if we don't take this low, it's not needed now because YM's reached its objective. So we need YM to start turning as well as Nasdaq or ES, and then see there's NQ just ripping and taking the high without giving an entry. I mean, unless you're a 1-minute trader and you took this. And now let's see how this closes. But this is like really ugly. That's kind of, I assumed, that's why I tried to take a trade last night, because I assumed that this is how the morning was going to be if all of the 4-hour highs were going to get taken. Unfortunately, I thought price action was going to be like really clean, but then all of the obvious pools of liquidity got taken. So that kind of like shot the day. But let's see what this does. Bev is long though. Bev is long, but Bev got in before this pump, didn't he? Yeah, he did. Yeah, he went long at 1.18 and he sold one at 47. He already made bread. It's like $30. So now I want to see this used as support, and then create another order block or fair value gap, and then price for price to go higher. And technically it doesn't have to retest it, obviously, but let's see what it does. ES is starting to wake up a little bit. YM hasn't done anything yet. Hims, bro, don't be gay. Just go straight up. I've only been on here for 15 minutes. Hell yeah, bevy. Good stuff. ES waking up a bit. YM, nope. See if we get this CSD on ES or not. But if you're not already in a trade, I would wait for 10 a.m. just because we just looked at this high and we only have 13 minutes, 12 minutes now for the next candle. So next draw, 4-hour FEG, and then all-time high. Yo, don't trust bearish SMT in a bull market. The only way that you should be expecting bearish SMT to hold is when you get like the weekly profile and a daily profile supporting what you're looking for. It's like that's how we can expect, or we expected these lows or these highs to stay intact. There's SMT up here with YM, and then when you notice, like, well, this is your relevant high, right? This high up here. Price takes the high, consolidates. No continuation entry through, and then expansion. Met with expansion. What do we have? V-shape reversal. Met with expansion. So that's your reversal signature. So that's how you know that this new 4-hour gap should hold. Ideally, it didn't retrace this deeply, but it did, right? And then continued lower until it was met with a logical level. And then we knew that this wick was going to be hard. I think that was the FOMC wick. Yeah, this is that FOMC wick. I always tell y'all that long wicks are normally pretty hard to get through. There was some SMT at these lows, and then we got that reversal signature here with the SMT, and then this confirms it, the SMT here with this 4-hour CSD. And then what do you notice? We have expansion met with what? Expansion, V-shape reversal, price continues. Every time. So this, for me, this would have been a perfect setup if we would have got this on the 3 minute. Just because I understood that Nasdaq was going to be the stronger pair. So I would have I obviously missed this today. I wouldn't have taken it anyways because I took a loss last night. But this inversion would have been plenty for me to take this trade. Sweep the low. Understand this is the strongest asset. YM takes it to low. ES started to turn a little bit, but understanding that we have failure swings above here, still need to be taken. I'm trading the strongest asset now since the market had a little bit of a strength switch. And this inversion, I wouldn't even have waited for the 3 minute CST in this case. But price ran without us, and that happens. So it is what it is. But this is a little bit of a, it's a more of a headache to trade, that's for sure. Let's see if any of these PD rays offer any sort of support. I don't like how ES is still weak now after Nasdaq met its high. So we'll see what happens. And YM isn't really showing any signs of strength either. Could be one of those days where Nasdaq just goes straight up and everything else doesn't. So typically not a bad day to like just let it go either if you're not comfortable trading it. I think I need to run a game of Clash Royale. I think that's what this calls for. Where you want the goofiest, most addicting game? Nah, not really. But you will hop on Clash. I do play Clash. But I'm not addicted to Clash Royale. I stopped playing because I got too high. Everybody was over level and it was boring. Or it wasn't boring, but it was age just losing over and over. Let me join your clan. Bro, I'm not in one either. I have like 2 other people in my clan. They're just IRLs. I just hop on to play 2v2s, bro, for times like this. Times like these. Yeah, bro, AJ, I had that, bro. I got banned on Clash Royale. I didn't even know that was a thing, dude. You got your washer and dryer hooked up to Wi-Fi? What? What are you playing, Clash Royale on your washer and dryer? Or just said washer and dryer and Wi-Fi in the same sentence. You hate all the smart home stuff? I didn't even know that was a thing. I got nothing smart in my house. I seen those fridges with like the pretty much iPads on them. Never got that either. See you later, AJ. Okay. I think I just smoked this guy too hard he gave up. Yeah. That's free bread. We got a 15-minute gap? Maybe. Like, this would be something that you guys could take if this happens. 15-minute tap, like a 3-minute CSD or something, after 10 a.m. Ideally, 10 a.m. opens lower. ES is struggling, bro. Struggling hard. Why? I'm showing a little life. I need a fresh hot stack of pancakes. Sleeper morning session. Paperhand said, Bev, don't look at coin. That means one thing we have to do. We have to look at coin. Emmett's having a crazy day. See, this is why I didn't long this thing, bro. Just stupid. See, now if you get this, you get one of these. I would take calls on that, John. But that's what I mean. High gets taken, new Fraser Price can be expected. So that's why it's like longing this is kind of risky. Wait for a rebalance and then a continuation signature, or a sweep and then a continuation signature. I guess you could just maybe long the 4 hour. You could do that too if it closes today. I actually might take shares if it does this. We'll see. That's not bad. RR. here. Stop loss like down here somewhere. Could go back to 400. Oh, Hims, talk to me, baby. Pump. Oh, new 10 a.m. candle. Okay, let's see. ES still consolidating. Why I'm still doing nothing. Alright, let's see. Let's see. Talk to me, Hims, bruh. Is ES sped? Like, what's going on here? I don't think this gave a CSD, did it? Nope, never did. New 10 a.m. open. Our new 4-hour open, I should say. Let's see what she does. Da-da-da-dum. What did Swami alert? Oh, calls, SPX. Yeah, not a good day for that. Those premiums will probably just get torched. And ES is just slow. Morbidly obese. This is my invalidation point down here for NASDAQ. Right in there. The 915 low. Maybe ES needs this low first. I don't know. Hella slow day. Holy. Low key glad I took my shot last night. I had high hopes. Okay, here we go. Maybe not. Let's see if this gives this can of closure above here. I think ES will come and take this high. How long are we thinking we're staying on here for? Rob, hit a Hims gang rise in the trading floor. Yo, Boss Hog, that might be gayer than, I don't know. Made my 150, done for the day. Nice. It's Owls slash Ironheart tradition. Yeah, I don't know about that. Alright, finally. What the hell? How's that up there? NASDAQ actually might take all-time high. I'd prefer this to have been a 5-minute tap or a 15-minute tap, but still doesn't look bad. I don't like any of this, to be honest. So slow. It's in consolidation for over half an hour. Yeah, not how you want that kind of close. That's for sure. Yeah, I mean, if you're not already in something, I wouldn't suggest putting on a position, but that's just me. This is not how I like to trade, so that's why I'm just suggesting that. But obviously, y'all are your own people. I'm surprised this is this bad. I thought it was gonna be half decent, but I mean, I guess it already was good. From here to here, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, I would say I would call this an expansion candle. So I guess ES is hella weak, consolidating. Yeah, no good. TG's taking coin 350 lottos. Yo, these move like crazy. What the hell? I just peeped these on Webull. 30 at 3.2. Yo, Hims, do me a favor and just go to like 65 today. What do you think? Let's have a nice, yeah, let's have a nice 10% day, why don't we? And the other thing that kind of sucks about the indices is like, I was hoping potentially for a Asia expansion, London consolidation, New York continuation. We didn't get that. We got London expansion, or Asia expansion, London expansion. So that's why New York is just going to consolidate most likely. So the high day might be put in here soon, unless it just expands all day. And so far it doesn't look like it's going to, but maybe it does PM session. That's what I was kind of saying. Just if you're not in a trade, just be done. That's my outlook on it, at least. I need to mark this out as all-time high so I don't delete it. Iron in another half inch. What does that even mean? You missed my first port. Yeah, I did. Oh, I see it. I just scrolled up. Yeah, what was that about? Paper hands? They were like saying that irons like they cut the price target or something? Is that what that was about? I'm gonna stay on here for another 15 or so, and then we'll call it a day. Cause yo Hood, what's Hood doing? 130? Yeah, it's crazy. 6% a day. It's crazy. I don't own any Hood. Yeah, they actually raised price target but maintained underweight. What does that mean? Maintained underweight? Aren't price targets like typically bearish? I guess not for a name like Iron. It's actually crazy how JP Morgan is now looking at that. No. Bro, every time I've seen somebody say a price target on something, it just crashed. To be fair, I've only seen that happen a few times, but maybe it goes up later. I have no idea. It means they think it's going lower, but because their original PT was looking ridiculous, so they moved it up. Gotcha. Yeah, that's why. That's what my boy told me. Why Friday was red. Bro, wait, can y'all? I know the stream can. Can you guys? Is my screen like bright ice white for you guys or no? In Discord? If I do that, is it orange? Or does it not change? I don't think it changes. I don't know. God, that's so much nicer in my eyes. I'll just flashbang myself. Don't worry about it. Well, here's a 15-minute gap tab. Woo! Oh yeah. Let's go. What a day on ES. Oh my god. Snell doing better. Yeah. This is what I'm telling you, Boss Hog. Like, this is what I mean by I don't get how stocks move. Or I guess you just have to enter, like, way lower than where you think. Or something. Because PD rays do not get respected nearly the same as they do in futures. So I have to figure that out. I don't think there's anything to figure out. I think they just move in swings just because of all the news and stuff that just will come out randomly. Crypto probably. Crypto probably messed up a bunch of these companies, these large intraday swings, and then kind of it seemed like it switched to stocks more often at least than not. I see what you're saying. Yeah, they don't like every time I look at a name, like even Hims, I almost got stopped out because I had my stop loss too tight. And my stop loss at 50. And there's no reason for my stop loss to be at 50. I have to not be so technical with shares, that's the thing. Let it breathe and then just like take 20%. Because I'm sure I'll probably have a way higher win rate on stuff like shares than futures. It's just so much easier to see on the higher time frame. Alright, this isn't a bad long, I don't think. Yeah, no, this is a pretty good long. I would take this. Not on this day, but I would take this any other day. This would be how my let's see how this would work. I don't like how Asia and London already expanded, so I have lower hopes for this, but this is how my position would look if I would take this. Stop loss here. I would be okay just letting this day go. It's already 10:30. Could continue to expand like I said, but I mean I might as well just hold for all-time high. Set a 2R if it goes there. So let's see if this works. That's what I'm trying to get better with. Is just like letting days go. Especially if I enter late in the day. I don't love doing that. Shares are easy. If I can do it with misdrawing order blocks, you can too. This is still consolidating. My God. I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I've seen Paper Hands type that exact message 5 times with like 5 different tickers with 3 different profit targets or profit amounts. I might have forgotten to mention, but I made $1,000 per contract my hood on my hood short puts. This guy. I forgot to mention that I have a house on my wrist right now, talking to you, all of you peasants. I forgot to mention that I had salmon last night for dinner. That's Paper Hands. Just flaunting his ball sack right in everybody's face. Is coin still ripping? Yeah, sorta. Let's see if this works. Bro, my phone is so dumb. Here's Alex. NQ super clean move so far. Yo, anybody have any questions? My God, this guy is gay. Holy. Thank God. Get me out of there. Look at this. GG, Alex. GG. Thanks for the donation. Pancakes. Laughing at your own joke on stream is crazy. Facts, Boslock. Alright, I think I'm out of here. I'm about to fall asleep. This is boring as all get out. Please, please don't take a trade. Unless you're already in something. Maybe ES gives a little strength switch. I don't care. Pancakes. Alright, y'all. I'll see you guys tomorrow.